Hi, it's Sean here. They say that words are power, and understanding that, words offer control and influence, not just in the future, but right now. And isn't it better to be influencing while you're in complete control? I'll do everything I can right now to teach you one powerful language pattern. And all you have to do is listen. And then consider whether you want to use that pattern to influence others to make their lives better and your life better right now, or to do so over the next few days and weeks. So the pattern that I want to talk to you about right now is called a double bind, and it's a particular form of double bind. It's called the NLP double bind, or it's sometimes called the illusion of choice. And the idea of this pattern is that you presuppose, you assume that something is going to take place, and then you give the other person, your client perhaps, the choice as to how it takes place. So the simple example which is often given is you're shopping for a used car and the salesman said, would you like to pay cash or a check? So he's assuming that you're going to buy the car and he's giving you the option as to how to pay. Now that's a very clumsy example, probably wouldn't be particularly effective, but there are lots of examples which a salesman might use which are along those lines but a little bit more subtle. For example, they might say, this car, it comes with a variation that's got a sunroof. So they're sort of presupposing that you're going to buy that car and you have the choice of no sunroof or sunroof. And they can use a lot of these examples, a lot of these patterns to begin to embed that idea that you are going to buy that car. So how do we use this in a therapeutic context? Well, fortunately, it's not a pattern which our clients use very often to keep themselves in a negative state. The only one I can think of where a client would use this to keep themselves in a positive state is a procrastination pattern. So then they might say, well, should I do this now? Should I do my taxes now or later? And later always wins, of course, until they get up to the 15th of April and suddenly there is no later and they have to do it now. So it is used as a procrastination pattern, but it's not used a lot more with your clients, at least in my experience. It is a very useful one. If you understand it and you can use it in a subtle way, it's a very powerful one that you can use to help your clients within a session. So, for example, probably the first example I learned on this is if you're working with a smoker. And if you're working with a smoker, one thing that you might want to ask them is, when you've, what's the cost of your smoking? What's the dollar amount that you spend on smoking per year? And when you quit, what are you going to spend that money on? Are you going to go on vacation? Are you going to buy yourself a new iPhone? What are you going to spend the money on? So again, you're presupposing that they will quit smoking, and you're giving them the option as to how to save, how to spend the savings which they'll make. On the Ericksonian front, a nice example is, do you want to go into trance right now, or do you want to go into trance later in the session? So again, you're presupposing that they're going to go into trance, and you're giving them the option as to whether to do so now or whether to do so later in the session. Talking of Ericksonian, I'd love it if you could join us down in Las Vegas in August. It's a pre-conference for HTL, for Hypnothoughts Live. It's going to be on August 13th, 14th and 15th. That's the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday before the conference. And of course, stay for the conference. Somewhere around this video up to your right or above the video, there'll be a link that you can click, and hopefully you're still in time for our early bird special. So take a look at that. Thank you and have a great day.